Plug it up right there and put it on. Over here. Everything you do so amazing. I got baby. What's up, you guys? What is up? I'm trying to help you. Let's go. All right. What's up, you all? Welcome. What's up, Coramel? What's up, Femzy? What's up, Alan? We got Ann in the building. Harris Realty Group. Welcome to the Bae Hive Live. Give me 1 second. What's up, you all? Do me a favor while you guys are joining the live, drop where you are tuning in from in the chat. Drop where you're tuning in from in the chat. Let me know, rep your city, rep your squad. All right. Drop where you are tuning in from in the chat. We got Philly in the building. We got, who is that? Orlando, Florida, Brooklyn, New York. What's up, Brandy? Let me know if you want to go live with us. Maryland in the building. Drop where you are tuning in from in the building. I wrote some questions down. I want to make sure I ask our clients something specific. So, Queens, New York, Canada, Real Estate Bae is global. Love to see it. South Carolina. What's up, South Carolina? We are going live tonight with our beautiful client, Tamara, out of New York. We are going live tonight with, I didn't even write. Hold on, y'all. We are going live tonight with Tamara out of New York. What's up, Atlanta? What's up, you guys? Sorry about that. I don't want people to leave, but I have to do some stuff. So we're going live tonight with our client from New York City. She's going to be sharing her story with us and how and why she joined the Real Estate Bae Agency. So let me just show you. Okay, there we go. We are going live today talking to Tamara from the Real Estate Bae Agency. So, Tamara, you're going to hit, I don't know your, let me see, what's your name on here? You're going to request to go live. You're going to request to go live by hitting, there should be an option in the chat that says request to go live. So as you guys enter into the chat, drop where you are tuning in from. As she gets acclimated to how to join the Instagram with us, I want to share with you guys who I am and exactly what I do. So if you are new to the Real Estate Bae, if this is your first time going live with us, do me a favor. If this is your first time going live with the Real Estate Bae Agency and myself, Real Estate Bae, drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first time going live with me. As you drop your 1s in the chat, I'm going to introduce myself. If you are OG to the Real Estate Bae space, drop a 2 in the chat. Let them know you're OG. You've been here We've been around the block a few times together, okay? So my name is Gabby. I am the Real Estate Bae located here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I own the Real Estate Bae Agency, where we help new and first-time investors find and fund profitable real estate in the St. Louis market. A couple of questions you're definitely going to ask me. Do you only work with clients in St. Louis? I only buy St. Louis real estate, and I help out-of-town investors buy locally, okay? We help out-of-town invest. Oh, there you are. Let me see if I can add you. We help. I think I can add you. I think we help out of town investors find and fund profitable real estate in the St. Louis market. What's up, Miss Nikki? So what is up, Marissa? We got the whole tribe in the building. Love to see it. I see Brandy. I see Miss Nikki. I see Marissa. And then Tamara, I should have just let you. What's up, Tyrone? Okay, Real Estate Bae. Yes, everybody is here. Okay, we're gonna have like a whole little party. I'm so excited. There's so many clients in here. Tyrone said, I'm gonna sign my paperwork and I'm gonna join in the same breath. I'm not mad at that. He has a property under contract with us here in St. Louis. So we help new investors find and fund profitable real estate here in the St. Louis market, okay? So typically a month, we're looking to buy anywhere from 4 to 10 properties a month is a really good month for us. There she is, I think. 4 to 10 properties a month is a really, oh no, it says she's unable to join. Why would this person, okay. Let me try one more time. I'm not sure why it won't let. Somebody said you have to close the live and come back. Is that Nina here as well? There's so many people I love in here. Yeah, you have to leave and come back. I'm checking my phone, texting her, and other people are texting me too. So I apologize. Let me just turn this off. Okay, there's something. Okay, so no. So Tamara, you may have to leave the chat and then come back. She is originally from New York, you guys. I'm on my laptop. Maybe that's, go ahead and get off your laptop, baby. I'm not gonna play with you. Pick up your phone. See, y'all, sometimes we just gotta talk to, we gotta get our clients together like this. She said, I'm gonna join from the big, it's only phone. I love it. I'm cracking up. Okay, so make sure as she starts sharing it, as we start getting all up in her business and her Kool-Aid, you guys drop your questions in the chat. One of my goals is to normalize everyday people investing and buying real estate for long-term generational wealth. There are people that you are crossing paths with every single day. There are people that you are rubbing shoulders with every single day, and you don't realize not only do they have goals in real estate investing, but they are actively chasing those goals down. Many people who are getting very wealthy off real estate investing work 9 to 5s. They're your school teachers, they're your mail carriers, they're your everyday workers. Okay, let's see if this is her. Oh my God, it's not. That have made it up in their mind, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, and I want to start building equity up for myself through real estate. I want to start building my assets. I want to start increasing my net worth, okay? So we're going to get into it with Tamara. She's going to get off her laptop, pick up her phone, and then we're going to go live, okay? So drop your questions in the chat. Live from New York. And then a shameless plug, you guys. I need you all to join my next live free training. Join my next live free training. Let me just throw my cell number in here. Hold on for 1 second. The whole Real Estate Bae. John, let me tell you who was all in here. We got Tyrone. We got Miss Nikki. We got Marissa. We got Tamara. We got Brandy. Listen, we got the whole family in the chat. It's a family reunion. our clients really show up and support one another. So 314-582. You're going to text me at this number, you guys. I want to see all you guys at my next live event, my live virtual event. It's 100% free. Text the word Buy Like Bae. I'm finna call her. I hate going live from this room because it's so echoey. Okay, you are. Okay. I just sent you an invite. I'm wondering if I interrupted it. So are you on your phone or your computer? I don't think you can go live from your laptop. Am I wrong? I'm dying. You can't, I'm 90%, in fact, I know you can't. You have to open up the Instagram app and then it'll ask you, do you want to request to join the live? Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, all of the things are happening. We're going to get her into the chat. So tonight, again, we are going live with Tamara. She is from New York City and she recently started buying the St. Louis. That's so odd. It's still saying the same thing. Okay, let me wait for her. She is buying the St. Louis market using our agency. So our agency, you can hire us. You can hire my full team. We have myself, the CEO. We have John, the Vice President of Field and Acquisition. We have Brandy, the Director of Client Success. We have Janae, the Office Business Manager. We have 126 contractors and partners all throughout St. Louis to ensure the success of our clients in this market. So she is one of our clients that joined us from New York City. She's never met us. She invested in herself, came over to the agency, and she's now a real estate investor. So let's see if we can get her in here. She's so funny. Okay. I'm cracking up. I was like, where is she at? Hey, welcome.
Hi. Let me see if I can get this live. Okay, here we go.
Awesome. Are you at work right now or home?
Yeah, I'm in San Francisco.
Okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. Well, welcome to our live. I'm so excited to get into your story. You and I haven't talked in a little bit. We may text here and there, but I love to hear the experience that our clients are having, and I think it's important to share. So thank you for opening up your story and sharing with us. If you can start off, if you can start off by introducing yourself and kind of telling the people who you are, where you're from, and where you live.
So I'm Tamara Morgan. I live in Brooklyn. I'm from upstate New York, which is Poughkeepsie, New York, around the Hudson Valley. And I started looking for my first home a couple years ago. And I wanted it to be in Brooklyn, and then the prices were crazy. I live in a high, New York City, the market is ridiculous. So it was way out of my budget. And I talked to one of my coworkers, and she was saying, why don't you get an investment home somewhere and you can keep your apartment in Brooklyn? So I said, okay, I'll do that upstate New York. This was right around 2020, before the pandemic started. So once I started to look upstate, the prices were crazy because after the pandemic started, the prices just jumped up. So I was priced out of the market in Brooklyn. I was priced out of the market in upstate New York. And so I was bidding on homes and pretty much giving up. I pretty much gave up. And then I met Gabby. Well, I saw a tweet. I actually follow Aisha Sheldon, and she retweeted Gabby's tweet. And I ended up going to her page, didn't know anything about her, went to her page, saw her Instagram, and 3 days later, I booked a consultation with her.
I love it.
And then I joined the Bayhive. It was that fast because she had everything I was looking for. I needed the help.
I love that. I love that how quickly you took action, even when we found your property. But when you say I'm Gabby. When you say
Yeah.
I had everything you wanted, can you talk about what you were looking for when you were thinking about how do I do this by myself? What were you looking for? What were some of those barriers that you were finding in your market?
So I knew I wanted to invest out of state. I didn't know how to do it. I was doing a lot of research, but I felt like I was paralyzed in it. You know, like when you do all the research, but you take no action.
Yep.
And I was very fearful to take action. And I felt like I needed someone to help me, to coach me, to, kind of be there because my anxiety would be too much. And with Gabby and the Real Estate Bae, they offered that service and they didn't offer it at exorbitant prices. And also when I booked the consultation with you, the consultation was so well. I loved how transparent you were about everything, about the fees. That was a big thing. I was able to take a lot of notes. Everything was very laid out, was very organized. And that's how I knew I was dealing with someone who had their business together. And I knew you had the experience to help. And I was so happy I did it. I was so happy I got it.
Yeah, you move really, really fast. And I think tonight I'm definitely curious for you to share, Tamara, did you have any mindset blocks with investing? Like, what did your friends or family say? And how did you overcome those mindset blocks with investing from New York City with me in Missouri? What did that look like?
Well, I didn't really tell the ones that would have questioned me about it. I didn't really tell them until after it was done because I didn't need the negativity. What I did was my one coworker, my friend, she was investing in homes in New Orleans, and I spoke with her about it. And so I had someone who was supporting me, and I also, my partner, my significant other, he was supporting me. So I felt like I was ready to do it because it had took so long, dealing with this market and the overpriced homes. I felt like I was ready and I knew that this was an option for me.
Sure.
So, during the pandemic allowed me to take out money and use like the COVID relief. And so I had the money for the down payment and I wasn't just going to let it sit in my account for years and not act on it. And I liked everything that your agency was doing. I liked everything you had to say. I felt like I did enough research. I didn't need to research you, too much because when I spoke to you with the consultation, you had everything down.
Yeah.
You answered all my questions and I really appreciated that. And I saw that, okay. And then also I saw your lives with your other clients and they really, honestly, it was a client you had in Atlanta, and she has such a calm demeanor. And she was the one who had the something happened with her home with it was like a sewage issue, and she was so calm, cool, and collected about it, but took action. And I think she really influenced how I was when I went into this process, and how I got to keep a calm mind. I got to keep collected. Everything's not a crisis, and if it's a crisis, then we can move on to something else. So I'll tell you that really helped me. You're live with her.
I love it. I love that. So that was Winsome. Yup, Winsome in Atlanta.
Yes, that was Winsome. She was great.
My girl. She, for you guys who are listening, she's a client that we went live with, and she experienced problems. We never tell people, Tamara, you would be able to attest to that. We never tell you, join us, it's going to be easy. We tell you, join us, we're going to make it realistic. and we're committed to getting you over the finish line, and you're committed to getting you over the finish line. So yeah, that was a good story because she had a lot of unforeseens and problems, and she just stayed the course, and the house ended up appraising for double what she bought it for. So just a great story.
Yeah.
Yep. So you joined the agency. Kind of talk to me about, I'm trying to think if I remember. Talk to the people about the picking process with the houses. How were they presented to you, and that process on how did you select your home that you bought with us?
So once you join, you get an email pretty much every morning. You get an email with St. Louis properties. So I have the opportunity to look at properties as well as Gabby's out there looking for properties for me. And we went back and forth and discussed, like if I sent her a property and she would actually go, if I sent her a property, she would go check out the property and tell me, okay, this property, yes, it's a good price, but it's in a bad area, or the property is in worse shape than what they're presenting it to be. It's not a good deal. Or she would send properties to me and I'd be like, I'm not sure it aligns with my goals. Can we, maybe look at something else? And nothing is ever an issue. We just keep moving. You keep moving forward. And so even though my house took about, what was it, maybe six weeks to find my home.
Yeah, it took a while.
I knew it was going to be the right house, so I wasn't worried about it.
Yep.
It took, and also her team, Brandy, whom is just amazing.
I love her.
When I would start to, in my mind, I would be like, wow, this is really taking a long time. I would get a call from Brandy, hey, just so to let you know, Gabby is out there looking every day for your home. And then I would be like, okay, I'm good. I'm calmed down.
That's awesome. Brandy has been so incremental and super, just a godsend for our business, because we had the process, but we really needed somebody to be right there with the client. If I'm in the field, I can't be right there with you. And so implementing, you guys who are just joining us, Brandy as the director of client success, she gives our clients a lot of access, it's really a pep talk. She's high energy. And she is completely sold out and believes and she sees our processes and knows it through and through. So anytime even though I want to pause, because our promise is that we try to get each client a house in 90 days. And so when I say that, it sounds short, but when you live it, you said it took us about 6 weeks and you had a house, but 6 weeks in my process seems so long because we're so fast. It seems like. So
it didn't. I think maybe after 4 or 5, I was like, okay, I'm getting a little worried. But honestly, my worries were put to bed, because everything, I knew that I would find the right home, and I love this house, and I can't wait to see it. So yeah, I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm super excited for you to come here. I love the house and what the guys have been able to do. I'm just like, I knew it when we drew it out and we knew what it was going to be, but seeing it is just really, really strong. We did some renovations. We'll talk about those in a second. So it took us about 6 weeks. We went back and forth, consistent communication between yourself as the client and us on the other side as the agency. So then we found your house, but we had some hiccups. And this is why I really wanted to share your story, because people think, again, I'm just a magician. And I'm like, I'm not a magician. I'm just a normal person. So talk to the people about the hiccups that we encountered and how we got over those.
So we found the house and we put an offer in for the house. It was accepted. Everything was going well. Well, the first thing was the mortgage rate. I was told that my mortgage was going to be one number, which really didn't make sense. Because I took out a small mortgage, because the house wasn't a lot, but I took out a small mortgage. And I was like, this just doesn't make sense. The house isn't going to cash flow. And Gabby was like, you called me and you said, it's not worth it if it doesn't cash flow enough money. And then I was thinking about it, like the numbers are not adding up with the mortgage and what they're telling me my payment's going to be. And then the day I was going to call the mortgage lender, Gabby called me and said her numbers weren't adding up either. And we ended up calling him together, and he caught the problem, and my mortgage is $200 less. So you always have to, just because someone is helping you, you still have to make sure that you double check the numbers. Because banks can make mistakes. The banker made a mistake and we both caught it. And then the whole issue came with the houses in a flood zone,
Yep.
which nobody realized the house was in a flood zone. So now I have to get flood insurance, which raises my mortgage. But Gabby was able to negotiate. You were able to negotiate with their realtor, and
Yep.
you brought the price of my house down. So that worked out.
Yep.
That worked out. Because at first it was like the banker was like, "Hey, your house is in a flood zone." I don't know, but we talked it out.
Yep.
You had great recommendations for insurance people, and I ended up looking at going with a mortgage broker, and then I ended up going back to your recommendation because my insurance was hundreds of dollars less with your recommendation. So even with the flood insurance was a big hiccup, but
Yep.
we stayed calm, and it ended up still the property is still going to cash flow well. So I'm very happy about that.
Yep. So I love that story. So let me walk it back from my perspective as the realtor, you guys. The lender called me and said, we cannot buy this house, right? And she was aware, Tamara, my client, was aware of the potential issues. It wasn't that the house was going to flood. That's a different lie for a different day. The issue was that FEMA had declared this area a flood zone, even though there was no historical data that the area has ever flooded. Okay, so that's number one. So we have an issue in terms of reporting from like higher ups. But the trickle down effect as investors and homeowners is that you have to carry flood insurance. Now, when we bought the house, when we went under contract, it was not disclosed to us. So legally, we can walk away from this house. The first problem we found was the data in the lending was wrong. So when I found the problem, we all got on a Zoom call, me, Tamara, who's here on the live right now, and the lender easily found the problem. I said, let's open this spreadsheet. As the realtor, I'm advocating for her to make sure if we walk away from this deal, we're going to know that we did everything that we were supposed to do. Because I felt in my spirit that this was her house. So I'm like, there's a learning here, and I just want to walk that down. So we found the first problem. Then the flood insurance came up. They said the house is in a flood zone. We have to carry a higher insurance. So I, again, the realtor, your coach, I'm still advocating for you in the marketplace. I go back to the sellers. I said, listen, according to my numbers, you have to come down on this sales price. He said, we're not. We went back and forth. Very kind guy, back and forth, back and forth. We got him to come down a few $1,000s on the purchase price, and we were able to close the house, and it still met all of your financial needs, right?
Yes.
So that was, I remember when I told the team tomorrow, I was like, we're going to lose the house. Brandon was like, no, we love it. We was like, so we were fighting tooth and nail. So one of the things about me, and I'll say this, and you can attest to it, I don't let you just buy anything. The first, no, I tell you, my clients know, I told you no before, you can't buy that, you can't have that. I become your eyes and ears here, because I don't want you to inherit any unnecessary problems outside of the deferred maintenance that real estate is already going to give you, right? So once we found this house, I'm looking at the house and I'm like, this is the one. So I was super happy that we were able to negotiate the price down, find the problem with the lender, close on the house. I think we went on Christmas break, and then we broke ground on renovations. Can you tell me about that? Okay. So tell me about your renovation process. We had a renovation meeting with you. How was the clarity and flow with that and everything?
So I had a renovation budget, and Gabby, you knew what the renovation budget was. So we had the renovation meeting. It was right in budget, right under budget, with everything that needed to be done. We discussed what we wanted to do with the house, how the house, we could bring more value to the house. That was a major, major, major goal of mine. So with the team, with John, with you, everyone on the call, we broke down everything we were going to do. There's a timeline. There's a portal. Every week it's updated with pictures. You know, I'm upstate New York showing my mom renovation pictures. I'm like, look, this is the new one. I get updates from her team bi-weekly. I get pictures weekly. There is a calendar on. So there's a whole nother portal. So that is really wonderful. So I can follow along. I can see how the progress is going. The progress is going really fast. You know, I was surprised at how fast the progress is with the house. So that was very, you know, one thing about hiring an agency to invest out of state is that I don't have to worry about, I didn't have to find a contractor. I didn't have to go there to make sure the contractors were doing their job. I didn't have to look for materials. I didn't have to pick out appliances. I'm not picking out tile. I'm back in New York living my best life, and they are out there working, and that's what you're paying for.
Yep.
You know, you're paying for that service. And when you think about purchasing out of state, these are things that you're going to have to, if you're going to renovate, you're going to have to deal with all of this.
Yep.
And because I hired Real Estate Bae, I just followed along.
I love it.
I just followed along. And that's a big, big, big burdens off your shoulders.
Yep.
Big time.
I think people don't realize the opportunity cost. Like you could probably, you could have physically flown to St. Louis and found contractors to do, but how much time, stress, and how much money, like we have to start associating money and time as synonymous. So many people want to challenge us on the prices, like, oh, your price is this much. And I'm like, if you only knew, you're going to make your money back with me in your first door, and you get to stay with me for 12 months, consultation, more doors, appraisals, tenant placement. People don't understand the opportunity cost that it takes to become an expert at this level and then go out and build a profitable portfolio without missing ever. So I'm so grateful you were able to speak to, you didn't have to do the contractors, you living your best life in New York. Brandy was going off on the contract, you're gonna be done on this day. I said, look, you know, because we have a deadline and we promise you guys a certain level of execution. And so whoever is, wherever the chain is broken in the link, we have to go find that, and everybody has to pull up more weight. So that's the pieces that the client never sees and doesn't have to worry about, because we try to deliver, we commit ourselves to delivering a premium experience.
It's definitely a premium experience, because there's times when I would make, you know, where my house is, I may have to get, like I just had to get a residential property license. You know, and thank goodness I could do that over the phone or online. But certain times I can't fly into St. Louis to get certain things done that the city wants. You know, so that's where you guys come in and your team comes in and they help out with all of that. If I need a permit for something, I can call them and they can go to the city, you know, and help me get it, or they'll talk me through it and help me get it with the city, give me phone numbers. You know, I had all the utilities set up. As soon as my house closed, I had an email with all the utility companies. You know, this is what you need to set up. These are the people you need to call. So things like that is I didn't have to worry about that. And your agency really helped with that.
I love it.
And I will say one thing about how I knew I was so ready when I found you. I had been taking first-time homebuyer classes for years. I got my credit together. My credit was horrible. It is now fabulous. I saved up money. I knew, and the thing is, I had analysis paralysis. I was doing all of this and just wasn't buying the house. So when they say you need to get into real estate now, you need to get into real estate now. You know, stop waiting, because you can just get all the pieces together. And if you know you have the pieces together, then figure out what you want to do and just do it. Because opportunities are going to come and go. So that's why when I saw Real Estate Bae and when I met you and I had the consultation, I was like, okay, this is what I've been looking for. Like, I really didn't know what I've been looking for, but this is the help I need. This is the fear. I had that fear, and she's going to help me get over it. And it's been a great experience. Really, it has.
I love it. And I think, wouldn't you attest to, like, once you have that first property, you're like, whew, doesn't it feel like I just feel that for you, like a weight is lifted, like I can do this again.
Right.
Like, once you get get that first one.
You want another one and another one and then a multifamily. So yeah, yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
It was great. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you already spoke to the portal and how we renovate, how we update our client
Mhm.
portals every 7 days. Brandy walks the houses on Fridays, and John walks the houses on Wednesday. So we always have people in your houses. Everything is on security code. Everything is on lockbox. Your house was just professionally cleaned yesterday. So we're going to get our
Oh,
professional pictures probably next week, and it's going to be listed for a tenant next week.
wow.
So yep, we're gonna upload
Yeah.
your professional pictures. I like to do professional ones now because I want you guys to keep that data. That's data to me. Like those beautiful pictures, it's like this is where it started, this is where it is now. And then once we market your property, we typically use what does she use? Apartments.com, Facebook,
Mhm.
and sometimes she uses Zillow. We're gonna present to
Okay.
you 2 to 3 top applicants. And then from there, you're going to choose. Sometimes clients say, Gabby, you can choose. You'll know better than me, or the agency will know better than me. We're going to choose the top client who meets your portfolio, your needs. Do they make 3 times the rent? Have they ever had an eviction? How long have they been on their job? How many people are going to be living in your property? You have 1 bathroom. Do you want a family of 10?
Right.
Maybe not on your sewer, right? So we're going to help guide you through that whole process, write your leases for you, have you sign the lease, have the tenant sign the lease, introduce you to the property manager. The property manager will get a copy of the key. You can get one too if you want us to mail it out. And then that tenant is in place for 12 to 24 months, paying a premium rent for a freshly renovated property. So I'm super excited for you. When did you join us? Can you remind me? I like to, let me see what's up.
I want to say it was September,
Okay, we're almost there.
August or September. I think it was early September.
Perfect.
And I think I was hounding you. I think I put in my application and I was like, did you get it? Did you get it?
I
Did
do
you
remember
get
you.
it?
I was like, okay, girl, she not playing with us. No, but she had the sweetest spirit. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't nasty. Sometimes we get people and we be like, oh my God. So super sweet, super calm. And we have a client avatar that we're looking for. And a lot of people think they can throw money at the agency and like, oh, I got this, you can help me. Really, we're looking for spirit, capacity, and capital. It's really a whole mix of things that make sense for this model. Because although we give away a lot of access and we bring you guys really in close to our processes, we're still not perfect. And so to be able to have the spirit that you have with grace and dignity, we want that client makes a lot of sense for this process. So I want to ask, we talked about a lot of things. You guys, if you have any questions for her, please drop them in the chat. If you're just not joining us, she is our client who lives in Brooklyn. You said Brooklyn, right? I always get
Yeah.
Brooklyn and the Bronx mixed up. And I said, one day somebody was like, oh no. I'm like, it's the same thing. Brooklyn, the Bronx.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
She lives in Brooklyn, invested for the first time with Real Estate Bae, her first income producing property. Her tenant will be placed probably as early as this month. And she'll be a cash flowing real estate investor. What is something that you would tell, there's probably somebody on this call, Tamara, who's thinking about you like you thought about Winsome. And so I'm curious what you would tell that woman or that man that's right there on the fence.
You need to get off the fence because the fence isn't going to help you. If you want to do it, you need to do it.
Yep.
If you know that you're ready to do it, there's no reason not to. There really isn't. Your agency has been very transparent with everything. You know, I don't feel like I'm getting to run around with anything. I don't feel like somebody's talking to me in circles. You know, everything is very straightforward. Everything is very transparent. I don't have any issues at all with real estate. This has probably been the best experience for me. And I think if you're on the fence, you really need to decide, like, give yourself 24 hours or however it is that you need to say and say, okay, am I going to do this or am I going to move on to something else with somebody else? Because riding the fence isn't going to get you anywhere. You got to get off of it.
Yeah.
You got to get off and you got to move.
I love it. The movement is the biggest thing. Like I sent an email out today, and our top clients because they take action. That's the only difference in somebody that's not performing and somebody that's performing, is just taking action every day, staying consistent and being positive. You could have said, I quit, the flood zone is gonna, but you were open.
Right.
And here we are today, you know, so that positivity, people think it's corny, but it's like, it works. It works. It works. So getting off the fence, somebody asked you in the chat, what is your investment strategy? I'll let you answer. How did you acquire and what's your strategy?
So my goal is to have 2 homes by the end of the year.
Perfect.
Depending, it really depends. That's my goal. So originally my strategy, I will tell you in the beginning, my strategy was house hacking until I realized that I didn't want to live in those places that I could afford. And I also didn't want to commute 2.5 hours to work. So now my investment strategy, I believe single family homes. I would like to eventually get multifamilies. That would be great. But it really depends on what area you're in.
Yeah.
You know, if the area doesn't have multifamily homes, then the likelihood of you getting one is tough. So right now I'd like another property before the end of the year. So my strategy is going to be to, once this house is done, to get it reappraised.
Yep.
And see if I could do a cash out refinance. Refinance or a HELOC. I have to see which one was better.
Got it.
And also, you know, it may take some time before I could build up some equity in the house, but I'm patient. So we'll see. I'm just going to keep doing. I'm going to keep going though. Whether it takes time or it doesn't take time, I'm going to keep going.
I love it. And the thing I want to highlight about you, because we have so many different investors that have totally different strategies. This is my favorite highlight about you that I want to share with you guys, because I don't want you to miss it. She said, I want to buy one. She got a property last year. She wants to buy one this year. I need you guys to deeply understand, come in close, boo, because some people y'all miss stuff. I need you to understand that buying one property a year for 10, 20 years, you will literally retire a millionaire. It doesn't, we have huge success stories, but she can buy one property a year and keep the same momentum, and she will retire when she's ready to sit back, $10,000 in rental income, $15,000. Sometimes it doesn't take these big stories. It's just about what's the little thing that won the race? The turtle won the race. The
tortoise.
The tortoise. I'm trying to get deep. I can't remember my stories. So that's the thing that I want people to hold close and dear to them. I think people get intimidated. I love sharing our big stories. Marissa bought 10 houses. Ellie bought 3 houses. But 90% of our clients buy one house. Then we finish. Then they say, woo, then we buy another house, right? And so it's really about staying consistent. And you got to know what you have the capacity for and how far your capital will take you, and then push that capital as far as we can. And that's what we really help with. So I'm excited. As soon as we get the pictures done, we can pull in the appraiser. We'll call you to see what strategy you want to use in terms of appraising. There was a house that sold. Let me think. There's a house. If I'm on your street, it's the next street over. We were trying to buy it. I'm grateful that it sold for like 30 grand over yours. It's the same house. And I was on the phone with them saying, this is a crazy price. And they didn't bring it down, but it sold higher, like 30 grand higher than yours. Wow. That's good for us because that makes it a comp. There's nothing it's a comp now. And it was not renovated at all. What? The basement was not finished. So I'm excited because we focus on specific areas. We focus on your area. We have a couple of other zip codes where we try to buy in a concentrated area. So when we're comping out, you guys are leaning on each other's renovations, and I can always go back to the appraiser with complete data. So I'm really excited to get your appraisal back. and see what we can do in terms of a HELOC or home equity, or what did I say? A burr.
Refinance, cash out, refinancing, like, yeah.
Yeah, what was your oh my goodness, your percentage, your wow, Tamara, help me. The bank gives you a percentage, you have to pay your interest.
Oh, my interest rate. Well, my interest rate was 4.8.
Okay, yeah, you could probably do a cash out refinance. Okay, cool. Just curious. Awesome. Anything else, you guys? So her strategy is one property a year, maxing out her. I'm just looking at the questions. We want to push this capital that she has, the cash on hand, as far as it will go for every door we acquire. I don't see any other questions in here, you guys. Before we jump off, this is what I'm going to do. You guys, I want you to text 314-582-3996. I sound like an infomercial. You can take a screenshot of this, or you can click the link in my bio. I have probably my last free training of the quarter is going to be next week. You're going to get John in the training, and you're going to get myself in the training. We're going to walk a property live, exclusive only for the registrants. And so I'm excited to teach you guys exactly how to buy like Bae. That's the name of the training, how to buy like Bae. We bought 9 properties this week. We have 1 more under contract. That'll be 10 this week. So as you know, we kind of know what we're doing a little bit. We really know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. And we often share trade secrets, ways to win at rehabbing. You had a rehab with us. How do you organize your rehab? How do you find contractors and keep them on schedule? We're going to be sharing all of that with you guys. Somebody said, do you only have clients who build portfolios or flips? Also, we do not do flips with clients any longer. What's the correlation between your interest rate and a cash out refinance? That's a great question. So her interest rate is a 4.8. So remember when the pandemic first hit, I want you guys to think about and remember that interest rates were about a 2.3, 1.7, 2.8, 3.0. So with her being a 4.8, it's a little bit on the higher side of where the interests were during the season that she bought. When you do a cash out refinance, you're going to refinance the interest, pull out the equity. So they're going to look at the interest and say, can we get this down? Hopefully they say yes, and when they do, we're going to pull out the interest. If not, if we can't get the 4.8 down, I'm almost certain we can, we're going to probably lean on a home equity line of credit. She's then going to get a piece of paper. We got one from Miss Nikki the other day, a few weeks ago, that tells me how much she can spend, and I can use that piece of paper to go put in offers for her for a home equity line of credit. And then that home equity line of credit is almost like it's a line of credit. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. So if, for example, if she had hopefully I'm not overcomplicating this. If she had an interest rate at like a 1.9, the chances of the cash out refinance being lower than 1.9 is almost slim to none. Interest rates are going up. That's helpful. Do you still do consult calls before deciding to apply to the agency? So we do not do consult calls. That's a very good question. I don't have the capacity. Thank you. I don't have the capacity. This is what we do. When you fill out the application on our website, therealestatebae.com, super simple, you're going to get a link to a clarity call on Wednesday. I do my clarity calls every Wednesday. It's a group call. You kind of meet some other newbies, some other new people that are starting that want to invest. So we don't do the clarity calls anymore, Tamira. Everybody jumps on one call together. It makes me a little bit more efficient. I answer all your questions. Everybody asks the same questions. And then from there, if you want to move forward and if we think you're a good fit, you're going to get an application and a contract. You're going to get a contract to join us here in St. Louis. So, anything else for the people, Tamara, before I let you finish living your best life?
No, just I would say if you are thinking about it, go through her site. The website is fabulous. Her team is wonderful. You think that when you hire Gabby, it's just Gabby. It's not just Gabby. It is a team of people. They are professional. They are friendly. They are responsive, and they know how to take action, and they are very knowledgeable. So you have this whole team behind you.
Yep.
So I would say if you're on the fence, then you need to go ahead and put in that application and book the clarity call. Know what you want. If you're on the fence, then obviously you're looking to do it. So I would say just make a decision. But I'm very happy I did it.
I love it. I forgot to mention you guys as well. So we have the lender. So Tamara's lender is my lender. We gave her the lender when she came to the agency. Here's our preferred lender. Let's see if you like them. Obviously it worked. You can come with your own lender. They just need to have the capacity to close in Missouri. If not, our lender closes in all 50 states. So we will hook you up with the lender, the appraiser, the home inspectors, sewer inspectors. We are when you come to us, you're not looking for anything else for the most part. So, alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will let you go. Thank you so much for jumping on with us all the way from San Fran.
All right.
Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Have a good one. So somebody said real quick, I'll wrap up here. So you already have to have funds and be ready to start. Yeah, you have to have funds to buy real estate and you have to be ready to start to work with me. How can a self-employed person buy a home with you guys? How long have you been self-employed? How long has your business been up and running? How long have you been unemployed? You need 2 years. How long has your business been up and running? You need 2 years. What is your debt to income ratio? It needs to be under 50%. And do you have a business bank account that pays you as a W-2 employee? Those are the questions for yourself. Of course, you can go to the realestatebae.com. You can look at our questionnaire. If it makes sense and you're like, oh, I can do this, go ahead and fill out the questionnaire and then we can jump on a clarity call on Wednesday. So Garcia 106, you have to be in business for yourself for 2 years in order to qualify for a conventional loan. If you have all cash, then we can definitely do business. What's up, Ben? I know Ben is not on here. He missed a clarity call with me yesterday. Let's see. I don't think I have any other questions on here. So thank you guys for joining. If you have a few questions, I'll answer them real quick. I'll give us like 4 minutes to answer the questions as I do some housekeeping announcements. Don't forget the Buy Like Bae. Let's see if I can. They trying to hate on me, y'all. Hold on. That is so stupid. Okay, there we are. So my Buy Like Bae live virtual event, my live virtual event is next week. It's going to be myself. This is the first time we're featuring John as a teacher. John was my very first coach. The confidence that I have today really came from John being like, oh, we can do this. You can buy that. No big deal. Like him being so even keel and doesn't lose his cool ever. Those are the types of coaches that you need. You need a bulldog like me. I don't know if that's a compliment to myself. And then you need a coach like John that's going to be even keel and keep the main thing, advocating for you in the marketplace. Everything that we do, we're going to be showing you guys live in our virtual event. I'm going to teach you guys, and then John is going to do for the first time ever, we've never done this before, a live walkthrough of a property, showing you guys exactly what you need to be looking for when you buy. Oftentimes, people are intimidated around real estate. You're intimidated. You don't know what you don't know. The more you continue to expose yourself to our processes, our houses, how we talk, how we think, the more you're going to be able to correlate our success with consistent action, right? Like we eat, breathe, and study and do real estate every single day. And a lot of that comes from us being hungry and excited about the industry and creating Black and brown investors from all over the United States, okay? So free live event. All you gotta do is text the number. Before I can jump off the live, just take a screenshot. You can also click the link in my bio and I got you. Don't even trip. So somebody said, I'm also interested how much cash needed to start. If you go to the realestatebae.com, it's going to have all of those questions for you. There's an FAQ section, there's an application, and then you're going to be able to get a free clarity call with me. The cash question is There isn't a max. There isn't a. We've bought houses for 15,000. We've bought houses for 40,000. We've bought duplexes for 180,000. I need to know what your goals are, what your capacity is. Can you qualify for a loan? What's your mindset like? So that's the piece where we do clarity calls, you guys, every single Wednesday. Eventually we won't, but we do clarity calls every Wednesday. You definitely want to go to the website. It's 100% free. Click the link, look at the application, read over the website, and let's see if we can work together. Our goal, you guys, our goal is that we have 100, that we create 100 new investors in the St. Louis market for 2022. Okay, that's our personal goal. It's on our board in our office. And we'd love to see your application and see if you make sense for all the things that we're doing, okay? You're so welcome. Definitely check out the website, okay? You can text me at the number here, 314-582-3996. Take a screenshot of that number. When this live replay goes back up, it will not have the number on it. Okay, so take a screenshot or head to the link in my bio. Been following you for a while now. Great job, so inspired. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, it is 7:20 here in the Lou. I'm gonna jump off of here. I gotta send some contracts out for Tyrone. Probably Miss Nikki, probably email me. What else am I doing? Tyrone, Miss Nikki. We got a new house on Page that we're helping a seller sell. 1, 2, 3. And I have to walk 7 properties at 9 a.m. All right. So I will see you guys at the live free training. Click the link in the bio or text me at 314-582-3996. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out.